LBJ, who delivered on all this. And it's just a reminder of this dialectic that exists between people in positions of formal authority and those in positions of moral authority. And you look at the history, of this country, the history of change around the globe. It's that dialectic at work. So there's people in positions of power with the constraints of office and all of that reality, and those that are outside that are advancing those ideals. Dr. King, Gandhi, Mandela, Cesar Chavez. They didn't wait to be something again to do something. They stepped up and they stepped in. They shared their voice. They shared, as others have said, their action with passion at peril of being judged not to have lived. And so I say to all of you, I think it's always interesting in events like this, we sort of celebrate leaders as if they're guys and gals on a white horse to come save the day, the folks with a microphone on a stage, those in elected office, when in fact it ain't about a leader, it's about leaders, and they can be found anywhere. It's about exercising your voice, your moral authority. So I want to offer that because I want to encourage that. We're so desperate for leadership. It can be found anywhere. We're so desperate for leadership. And if you can find a way of twinning formal positions of authority, whatever they may be, in local PTA, whatever role you may have in a nonprofit or role you have running a company, if you can twin that position, that power that you can exercise in formal authority, and you can bring moral authority to that point of position and power, boy, the sky's the limit. Final thing. And it's interesting, as we tried to get over here and we're a half hour late because I was reminded of it today. There was a billboard, I don't know if you guys remember this, I don't know how many years ago, on the 405. You all appreciate this. And it said, "You're not stuck in traffic."
On the 405.
What the hell is that? And so as you're slowly lumbering along in traffic, you get closer and closer to this billboard, and you realize there's something right underneath it. In parentheses. It takes 20 minutes to move that, 100 yards, and you look up, and underneath it says, "You're not stuck in traffic," it says, "You are traffic." Think about that.
Wow.
We are our behaviors. Society becomes how we behave. It's not isolated. It's this notion, again, of interdependence, right? This interconnected, this hyperconnectivity. And so I say that in the context of our daily lives. To consider the impact of our decisions in the context of the larger whole. To exercise that moral authority, that unique expression, that voice that is only yours. Learn from, don't follow others. Maintain your sense of idealism, but with the hard-headed notion of pragmatism that you have a responsibility to step up and step in and not wait for someone else to solve society's problems. And to reconcile what Justice Brandeis said, that the most important office is the office of citizen. In this idea and ideal of citizenship, perhaps it's the most profound and important. And I'll tell you, Matthew DeBobbinet is here, has just got elected office up in Sacramento. One of the things, Matthew, congratulations. One of the things we have to reconcile, and I'll close, is in government, we can't keep doing things to you. We have got to do things with you. Mm-hmm. We cannot treat you as subjects. And there's something profound to be learned in technology. This notion of platform thinking versus machine thinking. Politics of the past was you petition me to do something for you. You pay taxes, and then I decide what's in that big vending machine. Donald Kettle wrote about this, said government's just a big vending machine. Put in $1 in taxes, and you get, limited choices. You get maybe a little police, fire, healthcare, education, national defense, but you didn't have much in deciding what that looked like. And if you don't like what you get, you do exactly what you've done with the vending machine. is shake the machine and kick it. Maybe you're protesting, maybe you just back out voting the bums out. But we keep debating the size of the machine. But it's an old industrial construct. Something Sergey and Larry recognized years ago had outlived its usefulness. Their framework was platform thinking. And I think it's a profoundly important point, and it's the reason, in closing, that I am not working out of the state building in the city and county of San Francisco, but I'm in an incubator with 50 startups. This is very familiar, this space for me. The world is radically reordering. We're going through a process and period of time that is unimagined to folks just 10 years ago. A world that's mobile, local, social, cloud, proud. A world where we moved, as Tom Freeman says, from connected to hyper-connected, interconnected to interdependent. And we ain't seen nothing yet. The exponential nature of technology. Freeman had a wonderful line, and I will truly drop the mic and be done. He said when he wrote that great book, The World is Flat, in 2004, he says you can go in that book, it was a book about technology and globalization, about being connected. He goes, go on the index in the first edition. He says, Facebook is not even in it. It was a book about technology and globalization. 4.6 million copies sold. Runaway New York Times bestseller. Facebook, he said, didn't exist. Twitter in 2004 was a sound. The cloud was in the sky. 4G was a parking space. LinkedIn a prison. Apps were things you filled out to get into UCLA. Big data was a rap star. And Skype, for most of us, was a typo. None of those things existed, and now they're ubiquitous in our lives. The rate of change is unimaginable compared to where it was even 10 years ago. And so I say that to make the fundamental and final point. We have got to learn in government to be more flexible, more adaptable. The new operating system is openness, transparency, collaboration, engagement. Those that will be powerful in this space are those that form new connections. And so, in that spirit, I thank you for connecting together tonight. I thank you for your support of this campaign and this effort. And I thank you for believing in this remarkable state, California, and everything that it represents, not only the rest of this nation, but folks around the rest of the world. And I'll say this, the best is yet to come. Thank you all very much.
Stand in the place where you live. Now face, think about direction, wonder why.